Hey cousin, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm so excited because we are training back and biceps today, and we're going to be talking about some of the things that I wish I would have known at the beginning of my fitness journey. I think these tips are going to be really helpful for beginners, and it's going to save you a lot of time because trust me, we've gone through a lot of trial and error, and these things is just going to cut out some of the crap and get you to your goals sooner so you don't have to struggle like I did. So if you're interested in either of those, keep on watching. That was really hard. The first thing I want to talk about is you need to stop starting over. You need to stop starting over. Consistency is where you will see change. If you keep starting over, if you keep jumping from program to program, if you keep following a new influencer's workout or diet or the new fad or the new thing, and last year it was all about veganism, and then it was keto, and then it was low carb this, and don't eat dairy, and if you keep changing your approach, you're going to be stagnant and you're not going to see progress, and you might end up hurting yourself in the long run. So you need to find the diet and the workout regimen that works for you, and you need to do it consistently and get better at it progressively. Add more weight, add more reps, add more resistance. That's how you're going to see change, and that's how you're going to see progress. If you keep jumping from program to program, you're going to keep starting over, and you're going to stay the same. And I think it's really hard for people because they want to see results right away, and it's going to take months, years. It took me 10 years to put on 20 pounds. It's going to take me a while to burn it off, you know? So don't expect there to be changes overnight or even in a couple of weeks. Give yourself a few months, 3 months minimum, 6 months, a year. Give yourself enough time to actually see the progress. You're pretty much only going to be losing half a pound to a pound a week. And depending on how much weight you have to lose, it's gonna be a while. So sit back and enjoy the ride, and make sure that you're doing things that you actually enjoy doing, because you're gonna have to do them for a long time. Next tip is to go to sleep. Go to sleep. I feel like people don't understand the importance of rest and recovery when they're on their fitness journey. Muscle is broken down when you lift weights. You're tearing apart the muscle, so you need to sleep so that your body can actually work to repair the muscle, which is how it gets bigger. So imagine like this is your muscle. It's here. You work out, you tear the muscle. As you sleep is when your body has time to actually focus on repairing that muscle and making it stronger and bigger. So if you are looking to put on more muscle, and muscle is the engine that is going to fuel your weight loss, the more muscle you have, the more calories you burn at rest. So you want to put on muscle, and that's what's going to actually give you a shape. You don't want to just be skinny with no muscle. So you have to prioritize your rest. You have to be getting 7 to 8 hours plus per night. You also don't want to oversleep because that has its own complications, but you need to be making sure that you're getting enough rest, that you're sleeping at night, but also taking your rest days. For a long time, I was working out every day, twice a day, 2 and 3 times a day, and that and I wasn't understanding why I wasn't seeing more progress. It's because my body didn't have enough time to rest and recover. If I'm working out 3 times a day, there's only a couple of hours in between each workout, you know? And then of course that's cutting into your sleep at night. Your body has 0 time to prepare. And so it's so important to make sure that you are resting and recovering. Like, if you have a rest day, most programs have them built in. Take them. Don't skip them. That doesn't mean you have to do nothing. Like, I like to call them active rest days. Do something. Go on a walk. Do something that's low intensity. You know, do a Zumba class, something that isn't that doesn't involve a ton of resistance. That's totally fine. It's good to keep your body moving, but take your rest days. The next tip is going to be to stop cutting out food groups. Unless you have an allergy, it's just going to make it harder for you to hit your caloric needs for the day and to hit all your vitamins and minerals and all your macros. It's pointless. Stop doing it. Carbs are not the enemy. Sugar is not your enemy. Fats are not your enemy. You just need to make sure that you understand how much of each category you're consuming and make sure it is slightly lower than what your maintenance calories are. If you need help figuring out that stuff out, I have another video coming soon on how to calculate your base caloric needs, your protein, your fats, and all of that in a separate video. It's super simple to break it down, and you should be loosely monitoring each of those categories. Make sure you're getting enough protein to build muscle, enough carbs to sustain your energy, and enough fat. Like, you need some of each category. There's no point in trying to eliminate a certain food group unless you have an allergy associated with it. This next tip is more of just a reality check, but remember that the people that you see on Instagram or celebrities that you look up to, remember that it's their job to look that good. And that for most people, that type of physique is not attainable because it is literally their full-time job to look like that. It takes years and months and months and months of hard work and dedication to look like that. So if you have the time and the finances to dedicate to it, then great. But it's going to be expensive and exhausting, and you're not going to necessarily reap the benefits that they do because they're being paid millions of dollars to look like that, right? And they have a lot riding on their physical appearance. So just make sure that when you're on social media that you're taking it with a grain of salt. Those people pay a lot of money to look like that. They pay a lot of money to look like that, and they get paid a lot of money to look like that. You know, it's Photoshop, it's airbrush, it's surgery, it's having a personal chef and a dietitian creating very specific meals for these people. It's not sustainable or obtainable for the average person. And that's going to be a really hard pill to swallow, because what that also means is your ideal body, your dream physique is going to be out of reach for you, for most people. The way that you dream of looking is going to be expensive and or unattainable. And it also has just a lot to do with your genetics. Like, I'm really short, so I'm not going to have long, lean legs because I'm 5'2". It's just not practical or realistic because my body just doesn't look like that. So you just have to get real with yourself and get real about your expectations, because if you don't, you're just going to end up disappointed and you're going to end up falling off. So that's why you have to be in love with the journey and getting up every day to better yourself, regardless of what the physical appearance result is at the end. The next thing I want to talk about is that if you need a cheat day, your diet isn't working. Which goes along with the cutting out food groups that I said earlier. If you're cutting out food groups and you can't sustain the diet, for some people it works, but for most people, you're going to either binge or just fall off track completely and lose all your progress. So you have to find a diet that works for you, for your lifestyle, that you enjoy doing every single day for the rest of your life. Which, it sounds like really cliche, but it really is a lifestyle. Like, there's no other way to really explain it. Is you just have to make lifestyle choices that are fitting for you and that are comfortable and sustainable long term. And that is all I have for you today. Thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Instagram for more fitness tips.